Ready.
Set.
Gamecast.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to Ready Set Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined by the half-elf warlock, Darrian.
Yo!
And the human barbarian, Teddy Chinaris.
I'm a barbarian? Okay, fine. Jeez, I would rather be a human paladin, but that's fine.
I have previously asked what character you would play if you played D&D.
Oh, have you? I don't think I said barbarian.
I
don't think
I was like, that callback, though.
Anyway, as you make your way through the forest on your way to the city of Neverwinter, you hear a rumbling in the thick bush. 3 kobolds jump out with daggers.
Thick.
The closest one to you shouts, "Give us your gold and we might let you live." What do you do?
So, how many people are there again? Sorry.
3 kobolds jump out with daggers.
Okay. Are me and Darrian both equipped with, enough, gear to, fight?
You can have whatever you want. You don't have...
Okay, so they're threatening us, right?
Yeah.
Darrian, are we just gonna fuck them up?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck them up! That's the call.
Roll
I
initiative.
say no. I got 11.
Got a 20.
Okay.
On my imaginary dice.
I can roll my other set of dice for Teddy.
Do it. I mean, I could also pull up something that's literally like...
No.
D20.
I have another set of dice if we need it, too.
Okay, what did Teddy get? I mean, you
A
could...
12.
Oh, okay, so... Teddy will go first, then the kobold, then Darrian. Teddy, what do you do?
Oh, God. Well, normally, isn't that like you got all these skills and whatnot? I don't fucking know what I gotta do as a barbarian. Can I just run up to the nearest one and just say, "You ain't getting none of my money!" And I just, slice him on his legs? You know what I mean? Whatever weapons I got?
Sure, roll a d20 for attack.
Yeah. Pull up
Oh,
dice here.
he got an 18.
You got...
Oh, shit!
That's a hit. Now roll
Yeah.
roll a d6 for damage.
Just 1d6?
1d6.
A 5.
That is 1 dead kobold. You have taken out
You did it!
one of the kobold.
Yeah, only 2 left. Let's go.
One of the remaining kobolds says, "No, Jerry!" and tries to strike back.
Dang. Sorry, Jerry.
I'm just gonna give you the same stats that the kobold have. Make it a fair fight, because this is a covered.
Shit.
Oh shit.
No. He has a health of 11.
Yeah,
level
we'll
1,
say-
we got 11.
Okay, they rolled a 11, so Bill the kobold tries to stab you with his dagger, but misses. Darrian's up.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Acid Splash
Okay.
on the 2 of them. I hurl a bubble of acid. I choose 1 creature within range, or choose 2 creatures within a range that are within 5 feet of each other.
Okay.
My range is 60 feet, so I imagine they're close enough.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're standing next to each other. And the target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage.
Oh.
Now, I think Wizard's spellcasting modifier
I've only ever
would
played
be
D&D once.
its intelligence. So I imagine that my dexterity is probably going to be 10 or 11, maybe 12 if I rolled really well.
Okay,
At level 1.
What do you need to roll? What's the roll?
He needs to roll a dexterity or they both need to roll dexterity saving throw. If they fail, they'll take 1d6 acid damage.
Okay, versus your roll?
Versus my dexterity. So you can choose if it's 10, 11, or 12, just based on stats I've had in the past.
Okay, we'll give you
Just
a
'cause
high
it'd be
one.
an
We'll
average
give you a
one.
12.
No?
You can have a 12.
Tiny was it? Sorry.
Well, I wonder if you should be rolling and then adding
My spellcast level?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll.
I don't know
what's happening. They got a 17 plus 2, so that would be 19.
I imagine that's definitely gonna be fine.
Yeah. So
roll for both.
They dodged the acid. Teddy's up.
Did they each dodge? Wait.
No,
You have to roll for each one.
Fine. I'm just counting them as one, but we'll roll them separately. Okay. So the other guy rolled a 10 plus 2. And we're going with you having a 12. So we'll say that one of them took the damage. How much was the damage?
1d6 acid damage.
Okay, roll a
so that'd
1d6.
be 4 acid damage.
You got a d6?
I got a 4.
You got a 4? Then
Yeah.
he is still alive.
Wow.
But he is just messed up. His skin's peeling off. He is not looking good.
Yeah, I guess he did just get splashed with acids.
Okay, Teddy's up.
What kind of things can I do?
I don't know. Attack them, basically.
Can I first apologize for murdering their friend Jerry? I didn't fully know that they were all comrades, but it had to happen, you know? And with that, I have an axe now. I pull out my axe and I throw it and try and hit him right in the forehead.
You're throwing the axe?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so that would be a ranged attack.
God.
Fuck it. Roll a d20.
Okay. I pulled up a website.
Okay.
Go. 9.
9. That's a miss.
Wow. Okay, fine.
You did not exceed their armor class, so thus you missed.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you haven't played, but yeah, so your roll has to be higher than their armor class.
I've played before. I'm just joking around. I'm just saying, wow.
Okay, well,
that's all I'm doing.
The acid splash kobold says, "It's too late. You must die for Jerry's life." And he swings and misses very badly.
Wow. Well, good.
Falls over on himself.
No, it wasn't that
Can
bad.
he fall onto his own sword?
Oh.
It was not. There was not a critical miss, but he did not hit. It was not close. Darrian, you're up.
Okay, give me just a sec.
I just want to let you guys know I was not aware we were about to play a little miniature Dungeons & Dragons game tonight. I did not know that was happening.
I know. That's why I was surprised.
I'm gonna use the
I planned
spell.
for this. I rolled up in your guys' stream and was like, "Hey, if you play Dungeons and Dragons, what kind of character would you play?"
And I probably said I've played it once before and I was a paladin.
I'm pretty sure. I know that you were like a human fighter, is what I wrote down, but I remember you saying barbarian. Maybe you said paladin.
I don't know. I said I played a paladin before and I was like, I probably was like, if I were to do it again, maybe I'd do a fighter.
Oh yeah, that might be what I wrote down. Anyway, Darrian.
Man, I'll imagine myself as a little tiny.
Darrian, you got attack. You're gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a melee attack against him, but
Really?
yes, but it's I'm casting the spell Green Flame Blade.
Okay, what's it do?
As part of the action used to cast this spell, you must make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature within the spell's range, which is 5 feet. So I imagine we're close enough to do that if they jump in front of us.
They're pretty close.
Otherwise, the spell fails. So on a hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects, and green fire leaps from the target to a different creature of my choice that I can see within 5 feet of it. A second creature takes fire damage equal to my spellcasting ability modifier. And Tiny Wizard says that would actually be likely. Well, I don't.
Okay, well
anyway,
let's just see if you hit. So roll a d20.
Okay, yeah. So I got an 11.
Okay, that we're gonna assume
against his AC.
Yeah, we'll give you a dagger, because that's what they have as your weapon. We'll give you the stats of a dagger. So with the hit mod or with the +4, that'll exceed their armor class. So now what happens?
So it hit them?
Yep, it hit him.
So I would do damage against the target.
Okay, to be clear, are you hitting the guy who has not taken damage or the acid guy?
I'm gonna attack the other guy.
The guy who has not taken damage, okay.
Well, and then green fire is going to leap to the guy who took acid.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what's going on?
So I have to roll for melee damage,
Okay.
which I don't know what that is on a dagger.
It would be a D4 plus 2.
That is 3 plus 2. That is 5.
So
That is a 3.
So the dagger takes out the first kobold by itself. And
Okay,
then,
then the green fire leaps to the target.
Okay.
And then it takes fire damage equal to my spellcasting ability modifier, which at level 1 I would assume would be +1 or +2 depending on how well I
whatever.
rolled.
If it's plus anything, that takes them both out.
Perfect.
The kobold lay dead at your feet, and you have won the day.
Yeah, okay.
We did it.
And now, can we take their stuff?
Yeah, let's loot their bodies.
They had a dagger and a sling, each of them.
Okay, well,
No
that'll
gold?
give us a whole 1 copper coin.
Yeah.
No gold?
Okay. So, time to talk about video games.
I thought that's what we were doing the whole time.
That was great.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I
Just put all my dice away.
I put some thought into that.
I definitely had no idea what to do other than just swing my axes, but that's fine.
There was a point where I was thinking of like generating you guys characters and sending them to you and stuff, where I was like, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
If you want to do something like that again, they have pre-made character sheets for quick play.
I was thinking probably.
That's where I pulled up I was going to use it for stats, but I didn't have the spells that I wanted attached to it, so I didn't end up using it at all. But I could have.
We killed the thieves.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Good job.
We did it.
Uh,
Oh wait, that's copyrighted.
I think you could get away with
Demonetized.
it. So Darrian, other than Dungeons and Dragons, what have you been playing?
Just a lot of League of Legends and some PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
What else?
And also, I've been influenced by a good friend of mine to play another silly little game, but I will let him talk about that.
Oh, okay. So has there been anything going on in League or PUBG lately?
PUBG, I mean, we've got some news for them, but other than
No changes
I don't know
in
if
gameplay?
the patch I don't know if the patch came out before or after the last time or the last podcast, but there was a really overpowered gun added to the game called the Mini 14. I don't remember if that was before or after last
Is it
podcast.
still super overpowered?
It's so overpowered. It's like it's a sniper rifle, but it takes like the probably the second most, maybe third most common ammo. Very common ammo, and it's very strong. It's great.
Doesn't it
Very
come out of a
accurate
crate?
too. No, you find it anywhere. It's the Mini 14.
Yeah.
You can find it anywhere, and it's super strong and bullshit. I love it. It's my favorite gun. And League, it's coming to the end of season. They just announced the Victorious skin. It's gonna be Graves. I couldn't care less about that. I hate
like
Graves.
for a solid hour in my life.
They need to give him back his cigar. But I don't ever play him. He's not at all my playstyle. Like, I can't. He's too clunky for me.
I always had problems with him. I played him before they like massively reworked him, and at a certain point, they reworked him so much. I remember he was like everyone was doing like Graves Jungle for a little bit. I was like,
That's still where he primarily goes.
Really?
Like, if you see a Graves, you assume he's in the jungle. Like,
I
they
played him back
ruined his 80
the
carry
ADC
capabilities.
back in my day. And by played him then, I mean probably for about 4 matches. So.
Okay, so I had a few games I was thinking of buying the last couple weeks. Thinking of getting Cave Story, maybe thinking about playing some Elite Dangerous. But what I ended up settling on playing was a little game called Fallout Shelter. You might remember it from when Fallout 4 was about to come out. They released a little mobile game about building Fallout and taking care of the people. And it's on...
Making babies?
Yeah, it's on Steam now. And they have done a lot of updates. There's a whole quest system. There's a lot of new buildings or rooms, I guess. And they got pets. You can get little dogs and cats and stuff. And
you reeled me in. That's all I need to know.
It's actually very like fun and like I'm really enjoying my time with Fallout Shelter now. And I named one of the people Dexterity, so I guess that piqued Darrian's interest, and she's now playing.
Is that what it took?
I guess.
Yeah, he's like, I'm naming my character after you, and I'm like. I'm gonna play it. I need this game now.
Download the game now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And now in between matches, I play it too. I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it's a great game to like just check in once in a while, and also like there's enough stuff to do now with the quest system and everything kind of popping off that you can have it running constantly, and like you can't do it all of the time, but like. It's a great game to have open while you're watching a TV show or something, and then like make sure everything's clicked, and then rad roaches are attacking. Let me move my guys around and stuff, and go back to watching a show. And then, I mean, it's still like you're waiting on the timers. It's still trying to encourage you to pay money to speed things up and stuff. But I haven't spent any money. They've been very good about handing out the free or the paid currency and giving you stuff like lunch boxes and the robots and stuff as rewards for completing objectives. So if you have played Fallout Shelter when the game first came out and were like, oh, this is fun but a little bit thin, like I'd recommend checking it out again. They've added a lot of stuff and it's actually pretty cool now.
I played it when it came out. I think it came out like in summer. I think it was 2015. At this point, yeah, because that's when Fallout 4 came out. I played it there, and I remember it dropping around the same time of, like, I was starting college, so I had to do, like, the Welcome Week orientation garbage that was awful. And the whole time I was playing Fallout Shelter, just all week. And then eventually, I was like, I'm just not really having fun. I'm just gonna close this. It's cool, but it's very much a time waster for me.
Yeah, I mean.
I was gonna say... On your list of, like, what you've played, did you only play Fallout Shelter this past week?
I mean,
or is that the main one you just want to talk about?
I played a little bit of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta, just a few matches. I haven't loved my time with it. I played the Starfighter mode just today. Like, they've got the one mission where you're attacking Theed as ground combat, and just I don't feel like I'm contributing anything with that game. Like even if I never
in that game mode.
Yeah,
is what you probably mean, because I never in any sort of FPS or third-person shooter as well, I guess any sort of big competitive shooter, I've never liked big team sizes when they're like 40 players, 64 players on a map. I'm like, that's like a negative for me because I never feel like I'm making any difference. That's why I've always loved especially like 1v1 type games, but like competitive games where it's 2v2, 4v4, like really tight. That's one of the reasons why I really like the 4v4 change in Destiny. Like the less people there are, the more ability you have to actually make a difference on a team. But yeah, I didn't really like the Naboo mode very much, but I liked it all right. I'll give a differing opinion on the Battlefront beta.
Okay, what have you been playing, Teddy?
Destiny 2, like usual. Not too much happened really in the last 2 weeks.
Have you kind of... I've noticed a lot of people seem to have fallen off Destiny 2. Like, they kind of did the raid, a lot of people platinum the game and then just kind of stopped. Have you still been playing it as much as you played Destiny 1, back then?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, no. But I didn't really expect to do that, honestly. But no, I haven't really even fallen off. I played Destiny 2 from the day it released. I remember, I think it was either 3 weeks or 4 weeks went by, and then I just realized, I was like, I haven't opened a different game in 3 to 4 weeks. Like, I haven't opened another game. And then that's when I was like, okay, for a couple days I played something else, and that was mainly like this last weekend. On Friday, normally on Friday night, we have a trials team where we get together and play trials, but one of them was working, and I was like, I'm not going to find a fourth person. And I asked the other two if they wanted to, and they never responded. So I'm like, I guess we're not playing trials tonight. So I got on, and I was like, I really have been looking into Cuphead, so I bought Cuphead. I played that Friday night, and then I played a little bit of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta. And then, I think on Thursday as well, I played some Halo 5 multiplayer a little bit and a couple of rounds of Everybody's Golf. But no, I haven't really fallen off of Destiny 2, like, completely. It's still, like, it's pretty much where I thought I would be with it. Where I'm like, I want to do 3 raids each week. I want to do all the flashpoints and, like, the nightfalls and pretty much all this stuff for the powerful engrams, because I want to get all my characters to 305, get all the exotics, get all the raid gear, and then I'm happy. But most of it is like, I want to do the 3rd raid on Thursday night, which is like not many of the people I play with have 3 characters raid ready. A lot of them have 2. So I did it twice. I did it on Tuesday and Wednesday, but then on Thursday I was like, anybody want to raid? And then tumbleweed. So a lot of it's just dependent on people, and it's just not as many people for doing everything 3 times. But yeah, that's mainly what I want to do with it. But I've been really, really enjoying Cuphead. Cuphead is a lot of fun, but very hard. But that is a good video game right there. And Halo 5 multiplayer is always a blast. I love SWAT. I love Halo 5 multiplayer. Good. And then Everybody's Golf is always fun. So I played a couple of rounds of that on, I think, Thursday nights, and I was like, man, I miss this game. I really want to get to the point where you have the golf cart and you can unlock fishing in that game. I want fishing. I want to do that. So one of these days I'll do that. But yeah, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta. Let me fucking tell you guys, I had so much fun playing that. I think it's, like I said, I think it was Friday night I did it for the first time. I played for like an hour. And I logged in, and I went over, you can do like these arcade scenarios. There's like 2 of them. And one's like regular, and the other, you can be like Darth Maul. And it's awesome. And the Darth Maul, so far, the actual gameplay just controls way better than it did in the first game. Like, it actually feels tight. The first game was very kind of floaty, like, and nothing was really precise. I don't know, something about the controls of the first game didn't feel too good for me, but this one feels a lot better. So I played that. The Darth Maul is awesome, and as soon as I loaded up the game and heard the I was like, yes, we're in there. And then I loaded up Darth Maul and just murdered a bunch of people. It's really fun. But the Starfighter Assault, the Strikes one is like, I think 16 people, and it's like smaller. The Naboo one, which we talked about, is like 40 players. But the Starfighter Assault, I think, is 20. I think there's 10 on each team. I do not understand why I love it so much, but the Starfighter Assault is so satisfying. Like, as soon as I load in with your ship and I immediately start flying around, I'm just like zoned in. I'm locked in. I'm like mesmerized by it. It's just like so authentically Star Wars. The sound of it sounds so good. And like, you're legitimately doing barrel rolls and diving and doing all these like evasive maneuvers and like locking on. Like, it's a lot of fun. And Battlefront 2 was honestly low on my list as like games that I wanted this fall. But after playing the beta, I'm like, that's moving up the list. I'm very, very excited for that game when it fully comes out.
Yeah, the beta actually gave me the opposite reaction. I had it pre-ordered, and it made me cancel my pre-order. What I've decided I'm going to do, I still really want to play the story, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rent it, and then play the story, and then, you know, return it. Because
that's a bummer.
I don't think I'm going to get into the multiplayer.
That's a bummer. I see that. My thing is, I didn't think I would either, and then I played it, and I was like, "Oh, looks like it's gonna be fun." And one of my other things is like, when they first announced Battlefront, the first one, I was like, I played a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PS2. That was one of my first like console games. I love that game so much. And I did a lot of like the replayable single player kind of stuff. that were kind of arcadey, like the Galactic Conquest, which is a bummer that this doesn't have Galactic Conquest. But I was like, if this game has like a single player grindy sort of arcadey style thing, I'll be even happier. And it does. It's literally called arcade, and it has all these scenarios, and then you can do it on higher difficulties and move on through, and they feature different characters on different maps. I'm very excited to do more of the arcade stuff. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, had a good couple weeks playing a lot of different video games. It was nice to take a break from Destiny 2 for a little bit. But on Tuesday, gonna play that Prestige raid that's gonna drop.
So I didn't put this in the document because I honestly forgot about it. But now that I'm thinking of it, so speaking of the old Battlefront games,
oh yeah,
they brought the servers back for the PC version of Battlefront 2. So
which I need to just log on and like do a game just for fun.
Yeah,
I need to do that.
GOG ended up taking over the server end of that, so people who want to play the classic Battlefront 2 can play that again. So for anybody who was like, I want this to be...
When the beta ends, that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah. For people who are like, actually, I didn't like this Battlefront 2. I want the old one. You can literally go play the old one. So that was a quick thing I just threw in. But let's get into the news.
The news.
Yeah, you cut out.
The Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer came out. Have either of you played Red Dead Redemption?
Nope.
Hell no.
I want to. I won't, but I want to. That's one of those things where you gotta be realistic, you know? It's like I want to play it. Everyone tells me to play it, but like, will I? With all the games that I have and whatnot, like, even if I owned it, I bought Dishonored 2 like last year, and I haven't opened it. I haven't opened it. Like that's a full $60, like really big. When Dishonored the Definitive Edition came out to PS4, I played through that and it was great. And I was like, oh cool, because I had missed Dishonored when it originally came out, and I was like, cool, I'm ready for the sequel. And then never played the sequel. Same with Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 came out that holiday. The summer before Gears of War 4 came out, I played through all the Gears of Wars for the first time. And let me tell you, that was fun, but also a chore. Because Gears of War games are great. They are a lot of the same. And that's fine. But when you play through all of them in a row, it gets a little much. But then 4 came out in the fall, and I haven't opened it. It's bad. Anyways, Red Dead.
Okay, so your answer is no, you have not played it.
Absolutely not.
So
I would like to, but I will not.
That was
I didn't see when you flew the ship over when it was live, but I saw the delay on my stream.
So yeah, the trailer came out. It looks like it's going to be a prequel to Red Dead Redemption. We have not seen John Marston. He might not be in it, but I feel like he's going to show up at some point. It might be another situation like the last Grand Theft Auto where you play multiple characters. So maybe they were showing off one of the characters you play, and then you might play as a young John Marston. There's not too much details in the trailer other than it looks like the character featured is a straight up like bad guy. Like it shows off him being like I honestly watched the trailer and thought he was the villain. So I was like, oh, they're showing off the bad. Apparently everyone's like, no, that's the character. Like, okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, there was a lot of people who kind of played John Marsden as a bad guy, and I guess they're embracing that as part of the story. So we got some PUBG news to talk about. First off, PUBG has split off from Bluehole into their own corporation, or their own company. And along with that, they are seeking investment from Tencent, which is like a huge Chinese megacorp, which it was previously thought that they had invested in PUBG, but I guess that hasn't happened yet. But that, I guess, will be happening with this spinoff, which, I mean, is not really going to affect gameplay as much. It's just kind of a little more complicated on the business side. Anything to add?
I think it's good that they're like spinning off, especially. Well, first of all, fucking Blue Hole. What a name! Every time I hear that or say that, I'm like, Blue Hole. That's such a weird name.
Every time
so
it
now
pops
it's
up on my
legitimately
screen,
like,
I think
no,
it's
the
Butthole.
PUBG Corp or whatever. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Along with that, it looks like they are in talks to bring PUBG to PlayStation 4, which is not surprising. It will be launching on Xbox first, but
Well, the whole thing with those two, with that bit of news, was that who is it, Brandon Green? I can't remember.
Brendan.
Actually, Brendan, Player Unknown himself, was like, the rumor was that he was talking to PlayStation 4, or talking to Sony about bringing it to PS4, and then immediately, like, the next day, it was like, Microsoft in talks with PUBG Corp to extend exclusivity duration. So
yeah,
maybe that rumor was going around just to be like, hey, Microsoft, throw some more cash. You never know.
I mean, it'll
Or the other way around.
come to PS4 eventually. That's
Eventually,
just. But the question is, how long are we gonna have to wait? And it's just a matter of like how much did Xbox pay them. So
Yeah.
we'll see. So we talked about a review bombing a little bit last episode.
Last year.
We've been going for a while, guys.
2016, man.
Where Steam had added a little graph to show how reviews changed over time and to help combat review bombs. But PlayerUnknown suffered from a review bomb due to them adding advertisements for a VPN, virtual private network. It's basically a service that lets you like hide where your internet's or where your connection is coming from. It's a middle thing. It's anyway another business, and people were very upset with that. So like when you load up the game, you're seeing advertisements as part of the game for this business. We've seen previous ads in Battlegrounds before, but that was for a tournament that they were throwing. So it's kind of like, oh, we don't like this, but it's understandable. It's something involving this game. I guess this, somebody just paid them to advertise on their game, and people are pissed. And this, along with kind of other stuff they're doing, seems like Blue Hole or the PUBG Corporation or whatever, the people in calling the shots, seems like they are just trying to get the money out of this game while it's a hot thing. And they don't seem to care about the longevity. They just want the money, and so they're pushing anything that will get them that, advertisements from whoever will pay them. I don't know. It really scares me about what their thoughts and plans for PUBG are. They seem to be making bad businesses.
I think it's super clear that they care about the game. They care about like the longevity of it. But I think at a certain point, they probably thought that it wasn't going to be as big of a deal as it is. So they were like, if we can make some more money with it, then sure. That's what I figure happened.
I mean, if they care, I'm sure they want it to have longevity, but selling ads on your game that previously did not have, like, there have been games that have like billboards in them, and it's not the first game to have ads, but adding them in seems like a cash grab.
Sure.
So,
but that doesn't mean they don't care about the longevity of their game,
I suppose.
I
suppose.
It's like you can do a little bit of both, I guess.
What do you think, Darrian?
I
Do you
don't
care
know.
about the ads?
Not really. I feel like they definitely. Teddy has a point. They definitely are. They blew up probably more than they anticipated, and
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I believe that too. Which is seems like, I mean, I think they blew up and they're like, okay, how can we use this to get money rather than like, man, let's try and like make this great. People love it.
I feel like, especially if PlayerUnknown is still a part of, like, actively a part of the game development, like, this is his passion project. That's why he left H1Z1's company. Like, he wanted his passion project taken care of. So if he's still a main part of it, like, they definitely care about the game. He's not in it for the cash grab. He's in it for making his quality game.
Constant updates.
So I feel like that. I don't think the whole ad thing was because they're trying to make a quick buck. They might be trying to get some more stuff in, like, in places where it's not quite as common. Like, I don't think as many people play in Asian servers, which is why it's such a joke to play.
Aren't they an Asian corporation?
Are they?
Yeah, they're based.
Bluehole was.
Yeah, Bluehole's based in Korea.
I think it was South Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that in the game, like, if you're not doing well on the U.S. servers, you go over to the Asian servers to feel better about
shots
yourself.
fired.
I think that's just due to, from what I understand, that's kind of due to Asian play styles where they tend to play more safer. They don't push as hard, whereas American players are just like, go, rush, 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 rush. So we're, our techniques kind of take them by surprise. Is what I've heard is the way that kind of works. But yeah, I mean, it's not StarCraft.
PlayerUnknown...
StarCraft's the hot thing over there.
Right, but PlayerUnknown is an American, right?
Yeah. They brought PlayerUnknown, an American, over to South Korea to help make the game.
Okay.
But Bluehole is a Korean.
The lore of PUBG.
Yeah, corporation.
Okay. I didn't.
And
but if they're splitting as well, like,
yeah.
Maybe Bluehole was pushing for the cash grabby, like, money based stuff, and then PlayerUnknown was like, that's not what we're here for.
I'm curious what, like, is Bluehole running the corporation? I'm wondering what his role in this new corporation is. But to speak about their location, along with splitting off, they will also be opening offices in America and Europe, and they're opening offices basically everywhere they've got major servers. So they're kind of extending their reach with that. Apparently,
which is smart.
Apparently, as part of creating the PUBG corporation, they had their worth analyzed, and it is in the billions with a B. So
sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean they're raking in money with all that crates and stuff. So I guess it makes sense. But they got money to throw around. Tangentially related to PUBG, Fortnite managed to hit the 7 million player mark thanks to their Battle Royale mode. On the launch of the
free Battle Royale.
On the launch of the free Battle Royale mode, they managed to hit 7 million players. This includes people who are playing the survival version as well, but I imagine a large portion of that was people jumping in to try out the Battle Royale mode. Teddy, you tried out the Battle Royale mode. What do you think of it?
Yeah, as somebody who played PUBG pretty much whenever friends asked, and that's pretty much it, and didn't really get grabbed by it or anything. The Fortnite one was relatively fun. I mean, I also just like the aesthetic better because I just like cartoony aesthetic, and I like it felt more arcadey. Even just the mechanics of the shooting just felt more arcadey, and I like the idea of the building and all that. But I didn't play too much of it. I only played like probably an hour and a half. But the matches I did play were pretty fun. I can totally see that grabbing certain people who may not have been grabbed by PUBG and may like this. So yeah, pretty neat. Pretty cool.
I also jumped in for a couple matches. I honestly really like the crafting of building, tearing down and building the buildings, but I was playing on PS4, and the combat didn't really feel right to me. So like I love tearing down the stuff and just kind of building a weird thing, but as soon as I ran into another player, I was like, oh, well, I'm about to die.
I just needed, it was just weird because, I mean, PUBG's kind of the same way, but I just needed a scope, my guns, and I couldn't find anything with a scope, and it was like, this guy's shooting at me over on this hill, I'm trying, but...
Yeah,
I think it's still fun.
I had like 5 guns at one point, like, it doesn't seem to limit, I think 5 might be the max, but it doesn't limit you to 2 plus a pistol like PUBG does. But all of the guns were like close range, and I was like, oh, I see those guys over on a ridge, but nothing I have can even like get close to them. So like, okay. This was on the release of their Battle Royale mode, and with the publicity that their fight with PUBG caused, I feel like a lot of people jumped in to check it out. But yeah. I would love to see what their numbers look like now, because I imagine 7 million people have tried it, and maybe 1 million are still playing.
The thing is, though, is if you get 7 million people to try out your game, and like even like a quarter of the people who try out that game like go, oh, this is pretty cool, and they buy the main game, that's a lot of money. Like, yeah. If you get them in the door, get them to spend a little bit. Even just if you get a lot of people in the door and a small amount of that spend a little bit, then that's probably a success.
I will say, like I said, I love the crafting, so playing it made me go, oh, I think I would actually really like the single player experience. So there was a moment there where I was like, oh, maybe I would play it, but I'm waiting for the full game to go free to play. I don't want to buy this game that will be free. Because
I wanted to buy it for a little bit when it was like the big talk, and then I got past that, and I was like, I still do want to buy it, but at this point, I got so many other stuff that I can wait.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going free to play next year, and that's getting closer every day, so it's definitely gets easier to wait.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't think you tried it out at all, did you, Darrian?
No. I have no interest in it.
You should. You're the PUBG expert here.
I enjoy PUBG a lot because of how the game looks. Because, like, I played H1Z1, or I guess it's just called Battle Royale now. But, or no, King of the Kill. Yeah. And I didn't like it because of the color scheme. Like, the way the game plays just looks weird to me. And just from what I've seen from, like, pictures, like, I haven't even actually seen any real gameplay. I've just seen, like, preview pictures and stuff. And I don't think I would enjoy the game as much. It just looks too unrealistic and weird. I don't think I would enjoy it very much.
Man, I had a friend back in the day. This is a sidebar, real quick sidebar. The game coming out called WildStar. He
wants it to be just an hour.
Don't get me talking about WildStar, but I'll do this. I'll make this fast. I was very excited for it. It was an MMO. I was very excited for it coming out. Came out in summer forever ago, but when it came out, I played it like all summer. But I was really excited for it, and it's this MMO with this really cartoony art style, which I loved. But I wanted to get some of my other friends who played MMOs to buy it, and one of them specifically, who is a big EverQuest 2 player, and he's been an EverQuest 2 player for years and years and years and years. So he specifically just doesn't like anything with like a cartoony type art style, as I guess when it comes to video games. And he was like, nah, man, I just can't do it. And eventually I got him downloaded and play it, and he's like, oh, it's not that bad. This is all right. But he just didn't like the art style. And I don't get it, because I love cartoony art styles. It's like Ratchet and Clank, stuff like that. I love like really cute type of stuff like that. But
yeah, I don't know, it feels, I mean, when you're used to that kind of gameplay in one art style, having the exact opposites feels so weird.
I just looked at a little bit of the gameplay for the Battle Royale game mode. I don't know if I would enjoy the Battle Royale game mode, but I'm interested to see what the rest of the game would be like, because I might enjoy the base game. I don't know that I'll enjoy that game mode.
Yeah. When it goes free, you can try both.
Yeah. Definitely. When the free-to-play base game goes free, I'm so excited to jump in with friends and really get into that because
that looks like something I
crafting
could get
feels
into.
really good. Like you can build really cool buildings and kind of go where it's got, I mean, not to the level of Minecraft, but kind of like crafting feels good in that game.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that works with the zombie mode because in the battle royale thing, you just kind of come upon buildings and just tear them down and then rebuild into what you want them to be. But I just kind of ended up like I found a building and kind of reshaped it, and then built like this huge like walkway over the ocean, and that was like looking down. And then that was the deal of like, oh, I'm way up here, I can shoot all of these people, but I don't have a gun that can shoot them. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It definitely makes me. I mean, they got me in the sense of I tried your gameplay. I like it. I don't like this part, but I'm definitely more excited for the full game. So I will try that when it comes out. We've got a lot of news stories about Nintendo, starting
Good old Nintendo.
with the fact that the Super NES Classic launch went all right. It seems like everybody who tried to get one was able to.
Here's the thing. Not really. Anyone who went to a retail store to get one in the morning got one. But, like, pre-orders were still left. And even after the day where everyone, like, got one, the first day, now we're back to, like, oh, when is everybody going to restock?
Anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, so, I mean, it definitely went better, but was still quite Nintendo.
The people who were hardcore about it were able to get that. Like, people... I mean, I know a guy who apparently waited 7 hours outside of GameStop to get one, and then, like, somebody was like, actually, like, Target has 200 of them. You could have just gone over there.
Yeah.
So it seems like everywhere had a good stock. I think everybody's sold out now, and I'm wondering how much of that was just, like, people buying them up because they thought they would be rare. So they...
Possible.
You know, resellers and stuff like that. So it's
scalpers.
Yeah, they kind of people caused this shortage this time. Not really. I mean, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Not
say
artificial
some.
storage.
Yeah.
So I think it's very possible that some of it is from scalpers, but there's not a billion scalpers in the world.
Yeah. But it certainly went better than the previous one, and
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to keep coming out with more. So it looks like
It definitely went better than the previous one. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But I just, every now and then I'm just like, the PS4 sold a ton when it first came out. I don't think there were there any stock issues?
Yeah.
With the PlayStation 4? Was there?
every
Yeah.
console has stock issues right away.
That's my thing. I don't remember the
release
PS4
of the
or
PlayStation
the
4
one.
was
I-
very
Really? Interesting.
rough. Yeah,
Well,
wasn't that
I was
the
able
year?
to pre-order it at least.
I think that
I
was
didn't have
the
any
year that
problems with
someone
that.
got trampled through the door of a
Well, yeah, I mean,
Walmart
the
that was
Black
kinda
Friday
close to me.
is always insane.
Yeah.
That Black Friday was pretty crazy. But, like, I don't remember there being a lot of people who wanted a PS4 and didn't have one. Like, almost everyone I knew who really wanted one had one, like, within a month or within as soon as it came out. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully that situation ends up being the same with the SNES. Do either of you looking to get one?
No.
no. I want one.
I
I can't emphasize enough. I literally can't look to buy anything right now, and it'll be like that way for a while. So,
yeah.
looking forward to getting stuff. No.
Are you hoping someone will buy one for you?
If someone buys them for me, I'll be the happiest little chicken in the world.
Chicken. Okay.
I just don't have much of a history with the SNES, and by much of I mean zero.
I mean,
So.
Yeah, I didn't have one.
And
when
I would
was
like to
little,
play
but-
some of the games, but if I were to, I don't want it enough to like worry about it, and also if I were to get any sort of a Nintendo thing, it would be a Switch.
oh yeah,
Yeah, and then I'd want the virtual console instead.
Yeah, and there's just so many games coming out this fall for me, so it's like it's fine. I'm okay. I don't have any personal attachment to it, so.
if the controller for the SNES Classic would somehow work with the Switch, I would be all about it. Because that's where I want to play my games once the Virtual Console comes out. But it won't. But there are definitely some games on the SNES I want to play, but not $80 worth to play them. So if they become super, like if they're everywhere, if they're super easy to get, and I just happen to have a decent chunk of money just burning a hole in my pocket, maybe I'll get one, but it's definitely not something I'm like, yeah, I need this.
If I can, I might get one for my brother-in-law for Christmas. Who knows?
Now it is time, as always, for us to chime in about the Splatfests.
Which none of us know, because, well, Bryce does. Bryce, you play Splatoon 2.
I do have Splatoon 2. I'll probably hop in for the Splatfest. They're always fun because everybody's on. I haven't been playing too much beyond that, but it's fun to fight for your team and stuff. So Europe has their own Splatfest going on, and theirs is about toilet paper. They're fighting over, should the toilet paper roll be hung in the front, as in the paper comes out the front end, or should it be hung in the back so it comes out the back? Where do you fall?
Otherwise known as over or under.
Yes. Where do you fall?
If under wins, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Is under behind?
I don't know how I'm going to be able to... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to live. I won't be able to comprehend. The answer is in the front. It is over. So you can, if you want to get toilet, you can just, like smack, just grab, it rolls right down. No. The answer is in the front, and there's no other answer. That's all.
Darrian?
Whatever way it goes on. Wow. I don't have a preference. I just pull it out and put it on. I don't give a shit.
That's what she
Actually,
said.
I do give a shit. I have to use toilet paper a lot, so like I don't care how it goes. As long as there's some on the roll, I'm good.
Okay.
I was so happy you got the give a shit joke. I was like, I was gonna make it. I was like, I'm gonna wait. There we go.
But yeah, if I was in Europe, I would definitely fight for in front because that is the correct answer.
It's also
don't
gifts.
Understand how it makes sense.
Not gifs. Fight me. Anyways.
But here in America, we have a different fight. Vampires versus werewolves.
I'd rather have the toilet paper.
Darrian, vampires versus werewolves.
I'm a vampire fangirl, so vampires all the way.
Big fan of those Twilights?
No.
Vampire fangirl doesn't like Twilight.
What's your favorite vampire movie?
I don't like vampire movies. I like vampire
What, you
books.
like real life vampires? What?
You're just a big fan of going out on the street and
No,
seeing
I like
vampires
vampire
with their teeth.
books.
Okay, what's your favorite
Okay.
vampire book?
It's called Vampire Kisses. It's really cheesy. I read it when I was in middle school.
Can you tell me
It's
what?
about this.
Okay, go ahead.
It's about this gothic girl, and what's her name? Her name is Raven Madison, and she's just this cute little goth girl, and she falls in love with this vampire named Alexander. I think his name is Alexander Sterling.
You know what this sounds like? Sounds like the hit TV show Wizards of Waverly Place.
I was
Selena Gomez.
gonna say it sounds like Twilight.
No. Cause Twilight, they're all sparkly and stuff. He's like a legit vampire where like he can't go out during the day. He's allergic to sunlight, and he doesn't show up in mirrors, but he shows up in pictures and stuff. But I don't know. It's just like this cute little romantic story. But I also read a really good one that's not nearly as like aimed at like younger like pubescent girls, like little teenage girls. It's called Vampire Academy, and it actually goes into detail about like different kinds of vampires, like pure blood vampires and half blood vampires, and then they've got cool Russian names for all of them. Like I think Strigoi, I think is how you say it, and they're the pure blood. And then there's, I don't remember what, I think they're like oh gosh, I don't remember what the half blood are called, but it's really
Fake fan.
Blade.
What? No. I haven't read these books in a while though. Like,
Yeah, I know.
give me a break. And they're not even English words. Like, so, But they're I don't know. I like vampires. Vampires are. I always wanted to be a vampire.
Of course.
My only
What do I want to
experience
be
with
when I grow up?
vampires.
Vampire.
My only experience with vampires, I think the way I stopped playing Elder Scrolls Oblivion was I was like, I want to say accidentally, but like, I didn't really know what it would do, but I did a thing where I was like, yeah, I'll be a vampire, hell yeah, dude. And then I walked outside, and I was like, oh, I die in the sun. Legitimately, you die. I was like, I'm not going to play this game by just turning it to nighttime every single time I want to. No, I'm not doing this, and that's when I stopped. I'm pretty sure. And the way to cure your vampirism was, like, super complicated, and I had to, walk outside to do it. So.
Oh, that's fucked. In Sims, in all the Sims, I played a lot of Sims too, and I would always, I had the nightlife expansion, so like you could turn your vampire, or turn your Sims into vampires, and I'd make my Sim go to the dark nightclub where the vampires hung out and like fall in love with a vampire, be really close with a vampire so that they would turn into a vampire.
Good old Sims.
And their turn-ons were like vampires in underwear, and their turn-offs were like body odor or something stupid like that. But like turn-ons, vampires. Done.
Sims letting you live out your dreams,
Yep.
Good job, Sims.
Speaking of vampires, my experience with vampires in video games, there's a video game called The Yarg, which is a real cool like story.
The Yog?
Yeah, The Yarg. Where basically a disaster happens to the city, and you play before the disaster and a little bit after the disaster.
You just play up to the disaster, and it tells you the outcome based on what you did before.
Okay, yeah.
I played a lot of the Yog. It was a good game.
I played with my friends a couple times, and I basically spent most of my time like fighting crime in the alley, and
as one does.
This chick came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to earn some money?" And I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, "Hey, just like let me like suck your blood for a little bit." I'm like, "Oh, whatever." And yeah, I
Sure.
ended up turning into a vampire, and then when the Yog ended up happening, I apparently preyed on the victims and turned a bunch of the remaining people into vampires. But, like, a lot of people died to disease and stuff, but in the underground, my vampire people were fine. We did great.
Oh, well, congratulations, you didn't kill everybody.
But, changed them. But, yeah, that was
Stole
not...
their humanity, but... Really, though, I saved their lives. Let's be real here.
Teddy, vampires versus werewolves.
I don't give a crap, dude. Toilet paper goes over.
Toilet paper.
I got no opinion on werewolves or.
Okay,
I don't have legitimately. I don't think I have any connection to either. I mean, in Wizards of Waverly Place, the
werewolves
Alex
were super
had the
bad.
werewolf boyfriend, and then that's about it.
There's no
so werewolves,
vampires or werewolves
Taylor
in Percy
Lautner,
Jackson?
Or
I don't think so. If there are, it was very minor, and they popped up.
Don't they have?
I'm
not gonna.
I mean, they got centaurs and satyrs and all that kind of stuff. Not really any werewolves or vampires, as far as I know.
It's more Greek mythology, right?
Yeah, I mean that is Percy Jackson. It's Greek mythology, but then you branch off into the Heroes of Olympus series, which brings in the Roman camp and the Greek camp, and they mesh together, and it's cool because the Greek and Roman gods are almost identical, but they have different names.
Same.
And they gotta they have different names, but and their personality are most of the time the Roman gods are more warlike, even the gods that
They're
are
more serious.
Yeah. Most of the time, even the Roman god of I don't know, agriculture or whatever is on the Greek side is super chill, just hanging out farming, and on the Roman side is super chill hanging out farming, but also is if you want to burn down the crops of your enemies, pray to me. You know what I mean?
I'm team.
That is a picture of Darrian reading
That's
a comic
me.
book.
That's porn.
Okay.
That's the comic book sex criminals. I gave it to her.
Oh, I don't think I even said thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
book. I'm really excited to finish it.
But yeah, I'm team werewolves. Vampires are dumb. Okay, next.
Is that why you're showing pictures of me? What the fuck?
Nah, I just want something.
Fuck vampires!
I just want something to do with my hands.
Okay.
So, speaking of Super NES, which really this story should probably came after the SNES story.
Professional.
Well, whatever. Did you know that Mario has been punching Yoshi in the head?
Apparently, and that's messed up, dude.
Yes, and the video game, was it Super Mario World? Yep. When you direct Yoshi to stick out his tongue, when they were designing it, they designed Mario to punch Yoshi in the back of the head, and Yoshi would stick out his tongue in surprise.
What kind of drugs are they all on at Nintendo? That's what I want to know.
Japanese people.
Mushrooms. Mushrooms.
Very likely. And yes, I do get it.
Because
mushroom. Eat the mushrooms and you grow big. If you know what I mean.
How do you...
Okay, but we were talking about Roman and Greek gods, and I've been looking up pictures of Bacchus, which is the god of agriculture, because he's in Smite.
Okay.
So,
interesting. I don't know if Bacchus has been referred to in the books. I'm sure he has. Let's look this up. Demeter. She has something to do with that. Yeah, the goddess of the harvest and agriculture. Yeah.
So Bacchus is the Roman god of agriculture, wine, and fertility, and he's drunk in the game. He reminds me of Gragas.
Huh. I wonder if Demeter is literally I wonder if Bacchus is the Roman version of Demeter. Because I don't know if there's like a gender swap like that.
Dionysus is the Greek version. Bacchus is Roman.
Yeah, Dionysus is legitimately just the god of wine. So,
according to this website, like when I searched Bacchus, Dionysus was the first hit.
Okay, yeah.
And if you pull up his Wikipedia, it says
Dionysus
Roman equivalent.
was a big character in the first Percy Jackson series. I mean, he still is, I guess, technically, but he was like
Demeter's
really
Roman
major
equivalent
character.
is Ceres.
Because he was punished, and as his punishment, he was sent down to be the director of the camp, you know? So he was there having to like pretty much he pretty much did nothing except for be there and drink wine. And Chiron did everything. But he was there. He was always rude to Percy until one day he was nicer to Percy, and it was great because it was like character development, and they grew his relationship, and it was great. Anyways, video games.
Is Hercules in it?
I don't think so.
Well, fuck it then.
Oh, no.
What's next?
Because Hercules is a demigod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They reference him on many occasions because the whole entire book is about demigods. So they reference him as like being a legendary figure, and like they learned from him and stuff like that. They've said that before. Not sure what.
Hercules is my favorite Disney movie. Oh, my favorite and like hand-drawn Disney movie. I think Wreck-It Ralph might be my favorite like 3D.
Wow, Wreck-It Ralph's good.
Wreck-It Ralph is my favorite movie of all time.
Wreck-It Ralph makes me cry.
Jeez. I have a countdown on my timer.
I have a countdown
in the last on my
10
timer,
seconds.
or on my phone.
In the last 10 seconds, there's been more Wreck-It Ralph love than I've heard in the last 3 years.
I'm so excited for Wreck-It Ralph 2. It comes out next year in November, and I've got a countdown on my phone. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 is my favorite movie of all time.
When Wreck-It Ralph is going to fall into the volcano, and he's like sure he's gonna die, and he's like doing
she's bringing out props.
Doing the like I'm a bad guy.
I am bad, and that is good. I will never be good, and that's not bad. There's no one I'd rather be than me.
Yeah, when he says that
She's not joking. It's her favorite movie.
When he says that as he's falling, I tear up every time. Also,
Guys,
she is
why do you
holding a stuffed Wreck-It Ralph in her lap right now.
Does he say shit?
Yeah.
No kidding. Cake? Heard about this cake stuff. Never had it, never actually tasted it. Hooray for you. You're a winner.
I don't.
And you're
I legitimately, every time I mention Wreck-It Ralph, everyone's like, oh yeah, that was a movie. That was pretty decent. And then, like, that's the most I ever hear about it. And usually I'm the one to bring it up. All right, well, that's an interesting development. Okay.
Yeah, they really...
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I just didn't...
The second one is going to be Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and him and Vanellope
I'm not
are
sure
gonna go
about
break
that
it.
premise, but...
I'm so excited!
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Don't... You're going to strangle yourself.
When he falls asleep, he'll yawn, and then smack his lips.
Okay, so video games.
Ralph, everybody.
So, Teddy, you like Nintendo? If you
just on occasion.
if you were going to if you were going to stream a Nintendo game on the YouTube service, you're shit out of luck.
Not.
You are shit out of luck.
Oh no!
I wouldn't because Twitch, and I also wouldn't because you can't.
Well, okay.
If you are a Nintendo partner.
Yes.
In the partners program.
It's a little complicated how that works. So if you try and put up a Nintendo gameplay video, you will earn no money because Nintendo will take all of that money. But they recently, in the last few years, they announced the Nintendo's partner program where you register your YouTube channel with them and they will give you a portion of the money that they get from your ads. So they're not taking all of it, but you don't get all of it either. You get a little bit back. So it's I guess a little bit of a compromise. But they recently changed the rules that if you are a partner, you cannot.
I don't think it was in the. Yeah, I don't think it was in the rules. Like, I think they just added this. I don't think they, like, changed it. Like, I think before it didn't even mention streaming.
Well, yeah,
and now they're, like, banning it.
Yeah, on YouTube, I don't think they have said anything about Twitch. So, if you want to...
Which is weird.
I mean, there's not... that's not really how you make money on Twitch. So, like, it's not... You're not making money from ads. You
can, but it's minimal.
Yeah, sort of. So... That's not really...
If you run an ad, you lose something like 30% of your viewers, though.
Yeah.
Depends, but yeah, a lot of the time. Which, also, fun fact, affiliates, we have, at this point, most of the things that partners have. One of the only things we don't have is the ability to run ads, which they said will be coming, but I thought that was going to come way before subs, because I thought that'd be not as big of a thing, but I don't know. I think that's
Twitch
weird.
makes more money off of subs, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I mean,
I imagine they're going for whatever they can make the most money off of if they're extending these benefits to us.
But,
yeah.
I feel like this announcement is related to the PewDiePie incident, and it seems like that has kind of spawned a lot of changes in terms of YouTube and gaming, that a lot of people have been getting demonetized for their videos, and people have kind of been pulling back on the YouTube side of that, which
that's been happening for years.
Yeah, I mean,
it just only gets worse.
It's if you are a YouTube side Let's Player, it's not looking great. It seems like a lot of more people are going to come over to Twitch or just try and find other ways of making it work. But yeah,
I remember back in the day when everybody that I knew was just YouTubers and they just did YouTube. They have a Patreon, they didn't stream on Twitch, and now it's 2017. I do not know of a YouTuber that doesn't live stream, as far as I'm aware. And if they do or don't, a lot of them also have Patreons. Like, YouTube just you can't fully make a living off that anymore.
I mean, it kind of seems like that's just the way things are going in general, of like, people don't make money from traditional means anymore of like ads or whatever. You get your money straight from the people who enjoy your content. Even with something like, Kickstarter, you don't have companies giving you the money for games. You have the people who are going to play your games. We've been cutting out the middle people. So, if someone enjoys your content and is watching it, then you're like, hey, support me on Patreon. So that's the people who are paying to support you these days as your actual viewers. So it's kind of just
Oh, go ahead.
It's just changing the dynamic of monetization, and so these changes of like Nintendo's pulling out because you can still live stream on YouTube of Nintendo's games. You just can't be a Nintendo partner. That's just incentivizing you to not run ads, not make money the traditional way. Ask people to donate or support your Patreon or, pay you directly instead of trying to get it from, ads or other means.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. The thing is like after the PewDiePie incident, Nintendo very much is Nintendo when it comes to a lot of stuff like this. They always have been, and I think they always will. But they're I would think that they would be banning this because they don't want a live stream is not something you can curate and like edit out something that happens, but it's all live. So I would think they would be doing that just to censor, to like be safe as to who's playing because they can't control it. But in that case, they would ban all live streams on all platforms, no matter if you're a partner or not. But in this case, it's just for the partner and just on YouTube. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe it's something of like they don't want to be associated, like that. You're not if you were a partner of YouTube. Or a partner of a Nintendo and something went down, then people would go, oh, the Nintendo partner, blah, 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 did this thing.
Yeah, I guess you're more associated with them in that case. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense.
So they're kind of separated. And they've kind of got, they said like, oh, you can live stream if you did it from a separate account that is not associated with the Nintendo partnership and stuff. So they have like weird workarounds. I don't know. It's very convoluted. It seems like they're definitely just trying to distance themselves from an incident like this, like the PewDiePie situation. But speaking of Nintendo shutting things down, the Wii Shop will be shutting down in 2019. Do you own a Wii, Teddy?
I do not, actually. I used to.
Darrian, are you a Wii owner?
No.
Well, I played a Wii, both of us. Well, no, Darrian didn't play the Mario Kart on the Wii, but I played a original Wii last night, and
I used to have a Wii.
It was a bad system. I'm glad it's over.
I don't know if we can say that.
It's a decent system. But it had GameCube backwards compatibility, so like it's pretty okay in my book.
The controller was not great.
But I don't mind the Wiimotes. I don't like the oh god, what are the Switch?
Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I don't like Joy-Cons. They're too small. I liked the Wiimotes a lot.
I think the Joy-Cons are good, but they're very small. If
they're
they were just
too
a little
small.
bit bigger,
I have normal human, like American people hands, not like Asian people. I think statistically are smaller, and so
okay, yeah,
like it's designed by Asian people. I imagine they just kind of, I don't know, but so that's where my mindset comes from. Is I'm a normal size. I'm actually kind of a bigger American. I guess. I don't know. I'm a tall for a girl.
I'm definitely
big. I got big hands. Well, yeah. You're a monster.
I'm a monster.
I probably have smaller hands. I'm like 5'8".
No, Space Jam was not this episode.
Hashtag episode 2.
Yeah, that was last episode. Let's calm it down. No, I mean the Wii Shop closing.
The Joy-Cons are too small.
Oh, yeah.
I like that they gave you enough, like over a year advance notice. Like, hey, we're closing this down in a year and 3 months. Like,
it also affects the Wii U, like Wii Shop.
Oh, does it?
Like,
I thought it was just the original Wii.
It does.
Okay.
Well, to play Wii games on the Wii U, you have to go into the Wii mode.
Oh,
it turns your Wii U into a Wii.
Yeah, some
Wii.
virtual console games you have to go into the original Wii.
Yep.
As well.
So it's gonna affect the
access
virtual
them.
console
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, mainly for when it comes to buying the things. I'm sure you'll be able to play them, but
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It says you can still have access to all of your content. You just can't purchase it further.
Hopefully, they will bring out the Virtual Console to the Switch before 2019, so you can play it over there, but still no word on that. We'll see how that goes. Last story for this week. 343.
Which we should...
What?
I was going to say, we should go over it real fast, because if we did it in the middle, then... I feel like we wouldn't cover much, and we'd be like, if we go over it real fast, it's a very detailed story. So I kind of want to just go through the basics of it.
Okay, 343, the makers of the new Halo games, rescinds job offer to Halo community member over forum post. Teddy, you want to hit the highlights?
Sure. The thing is like, it's a really complicated, really deep, like there's a lot of backstory to it, and it kind of involves a lot of drama. So I pretty much just want to say the guy was, I believe he's working at Treyarch. He wanted to, he talked about like going home, and as soon as he got home from work, he was like messing around the Halo Forge mode and like just playing Forge and doing stuff like that. And that's pretty much what he wanted to do. And eventually he did get a job offer for Halo and to work at 343. But somebody dug up one of his forum posts, I believe it was from July, that pretty much was saying, he was saying something along the lines of that he doesn't think anyone at 343 deserves their jobs. Yeah. And was talking like that. And because someone dug that up, they 343 was like, no, you're not gonna get hired here. And he pretty much, the one thing is though, he wrote a letter or a forum post, I think, at the end, pretty much saying I had already left my other job. I was like in the process of moving when this all happened. Like it's all messed up, but I'm not looking for pity. I legit just wanted to say they have every right to do this. I shouldn't have acted like that. And the moral of the story is, don't be a dick online. Yeah. Your online presence is your presence.
Yeah, if you want to do anything that involves you not being a dick on the internet, don't be a dick on the internet at all, because that will come back.
Someone will find it.
This dude's random blog post, forum post, somebody found because the guy said, "Oh, I got the job," and somebody was like, "Oh, what did this guy used to post?" and found this deal and brought it out, and now he does not have the job, and he is jobless, he is homeless, because.
Well, I did hear after the fact that a lot of people reached out to him from different companies being like, hey, man, well, we can help. You know, we might have an opening for you. Because he handled it really well afterwards. He legit was like, I wish I could take back what I said. It was stupid. Like, it was pretty much not, like, no excuses, like, no bullshit. Just like, nah, that was me being dumb. Like, that was stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did get some people reach out to him, so. I don't know. In the end, it ended decent, but yeah, just don't be a dick online. Because one, just don't be a dick. You know, don't be rude. Just be nice to people. And two, you could not get a job when you want to get a job.
Yeah, especially as streamers, as people heavily involved in the gaming community, the stuff we do will come back. I mean, if Destiny ends up, Destiny 3 comes out and they're like, oh, Teddy loves Destiny, let's offer him a partnership. And it's like, actually, Teddy said some really bad stuff this one time.
He said, fuck Bungie, and they're all awful. No.
Yeah, so just be a good person. And delete
not that hard sometimes.
Delete your bad posts if you get a nice job. Just don't tell people.
What have I said negatively in the past 3 years? I need to go delete all of it.
Yeah. Delete all the VODs.
I'm just deleting all of my accounts.
I was never here.
I don't have an online presence. What's your Twitter? I've never had Twitter. What's Twitter? What's a Twitter?
What's the internet? I don't know who I'm talking to you right now. Can we talk through mail?
I'll send you a letter.
Okay, well, with the news done, it is time for us to get into the topic of the show. And this one's last few have been a little bit heavy. We get some heavy stuff, but we're just gonna talk about what games we're looking forward to for the rest of 2017. Darrian,
Which should be relatively quick.
yeah, Darrian. What do you want to play?
There was 2, I thought, but all I remember is Super Mario Odyssey. I'm kind of excited for that one.
What
should be?
What makes you excited about it?
Mario.
He's
Actually,
super.
the amiibos. No, wait. I read this really cool article about the amiibos, and the amiibos they're releasing are really cute, but like the way that they're handling the amiibo interaction is different. Like, you don't necessarily have to have amiibos to get the amiibo exclusive content.
Oh, that's cool.
I think is what that said. Yeah, there's different ways that they're doing it, which is kind of cool. Like, it's opening it up so that people who live in a place where it's harder to get certain amiibos or can't afford to get amiibos can still access some of that content. And it's different from how games have been for the past, how many years, because it's like they can just use microtransactions or make you buy additional content if you want it. It's optional content, whatever. They make it so that you can access all of it even without their extra stuff for this one, supposedly. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
He walked away.
What?
Does he have a headset on?
Yeah.
Oh, how long are your headphones?
I've got an extension cord attached to them, so they're.
Oh, I was like, he just got up and walked away. Like, fine, I won't talk anymore. Whatever. That's cool.
I was just grabbing my amiibos. Well, a few of them.
That game, Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yeah. I found
came out on my birthday. Something came out on my birthday concerning that game.
Maybe it was the amiibos.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, while she's looking into that, Teddy, what are you excited about?
Oh, way too many things. All right, here we go. I got a list. I got a Google document right here. So I wanted this to be the topic of the show because last night I was talking to Eric and I started going over this list, and then I started opening up my calendar and being like, oh, it doesn't stop. So literally, okay, this Tuesday, Prestige Raid and Destiny 2. I'm excited about that. Also, this Tuesday, Shadow of War is this Tuesday, October 10th. Next Tuesday is South Park: The Fractured But Whole, October 17th, which is still a fantastic name. There's nothing, at least on my list. This is all my personal stuff. The week after that, the Tuesday after that is the October 24th. There's nothing on that Tuesday, but then the Friday
Destiny 2 on PC.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. So it goes Shadow of War that Tuesday, next Tuesday South Park, next Tuesday Destiny 2 on PC. And then the Friday is the Wolfenstein 2, Assassin's Creed Origins, and Super Mario Odyssey. All on that day. All on that Friday. What are you doing? Somebody move your date, please. And then after that, let's see, that was the 27th. The next thing on my list is, World War II comes out the Friday after that one.
Call of Duty,
all those games
World
are
War
on...
II.
Yeah, the war comes out on Friday. No, it's coming back. The Friday that's big is October 27th, and then the next Friday is November 3rd, and that's Call of Duty World War II. And then the Tuesday after that is the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. And then, let me check here. Yeah, and then, not the Tuesday after, but the Friday after is Star Wars Battlefront 2. And that's the main bit for the fall, because the next game I have listed on my thing is Ni no Kuni 2, which is January, so doesn't count. But yeah, all of those games are like, there's at least one game each week. Each week! It doesn't stop! I don't have any of them.
What is this madness?
I want all of them, but that's a lie. I have World War II and Destiny 2 on PC pre-ordered, but the rest I don't.
If you could only pick one game for the rest of the year, what would you pick?
Off of those, like one more to get?
Only one game of those games. You have to pick one.
Well, yeah. So only one of the ones upcoming?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Shadow of War, South Park, Wolfenstein, Assassin's Creed. honestly, I would never have thought that I would say this. But at this point, because of how much I like the beta, it's between Battlefront 2 and Assassin's Creed Origins. I would probably go with Assassin's Creed Origins because it's been 2 years now, so I'm very ready for a new Assassin's Creed game.
I'm waiting to,
and that's gonna have a lot of content.
I'm waiting to hear the reviews. If people are like,
yeah,
it's great, just get it right now, then I will play it. But
there's no way that game's gonna be any more or any less than 8s. It's gonna come out and people are gonna be like, it's pretty great, it's pretty good, pretty great. Just like 7 to 8.
I think I would need a 9, 10 for me to.
You're not gonna get 9s. You're not gonna get 10s. I think you could maybe get some 9s from certain places, but there's no way anyone scores that game a 10.
Yeah, so I'll probably sit that one out. I'm not.
Which is a weird thing to expect. A 10 for Assassin's Creed?
I mean, I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
So they would have to surprise me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just, that's sad. Don't ever only play masterpieces, kids. Play good and great games as well.
Teddy,
good games are fun.
It's 2017. Like, if you're not playing only masterpieces, then you don't have time.
Then you're playing League of Legends.
I mean, wow. I mean, that's possible.
The year of masterpieces.
Probable. Yeah, but like... But what if you want to... You need to have different experiences as well. What if you finish your Horizons and your Zeldas, and your Marios,
And your
Marios. Play masterpieces and indie games.
I disagree wholly with that philosophy.
Speaking of which, this is a little bit off topic, but... So I subscribe to something called Humble Bundle Monthly. It's offered through the Humble Bundle store where you can get bundles of games and stuff. And Humble Bundle will send you like 5 or 6 games every month. You pay price and stuff. And I was just looking at the description for some of these games. So check this out. This is called The Shrouded Isle. This is the description they listed. As the High Priest, uncover and purge heretics to prepare for the awakening of your beloved God beneath the waves. In this cult manager, there are sinners aplenty, and not all are eager to confess. 5 powerful aristocrat families help maintain the village, seeking salvation through book burning, monument building, and heretical investigations. Choose one advisor from each family to assist in their ancient appointed task. However, each season you must make the ultimate choice and designate a human sacrifice. That is like a cool concept for a game.
A cool concept. It's real creepy.
Yeah, I mean,
throwing that out there.
There are some really cool indie games out there. So if you are only playing AAA games, you are missing out on some very cool experiences.
Yeah, like if you've never played Little Inferno, you've missed out.
I have no idea what that game is.
Missed out.
Oh my gosh, you should look it up.
Can you describe it?
I love indie games as well.
You
just not
sit in front of, I don't know what the world is based off of, but you are in your home and you just have this little inferno, and it's a fireplace that you throw things into to start it on fire, and the stuff you start on fire will drop coins, and you use those coins to buy stuff from the catalog, and you just burn shit. You just put shit in there and you burn it. It's very satisfying. Because like you burn things like blocks and like popcorn and or a corn cob, and it turns into popcorn, and like you just burn everything. You buy stuff and you burn it, and then it drops coins, and you use those coins to buy more stuff and you burn it, and it's great.
So is this a clicker? Is this a clicker game but with burning stuff?
Well, it's not a clicker game at all. You just click and drag. It's a click and drag.
I mean, but it's incremental. Kind of, you're buying stuff to get more stuff, kind of thing.
You're buying stuff to get more stuff, and there's a story at the end, sort of. It definitely spurs a lot of like thoughts when you're done, because there's something after you've burnt everything in the catalog. but it's a very satisfying game. Like, one holiday, me and my ex traveled with our gaming laptop, and we just sat and played that game for like 4 hours.
No, I
great.
love indie games. Some of my favorite experiences are indie games. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love Rogue Legacy. It's one of my favorite experiences with a game. Rogue Legacy is awesome. Like, I love indie games. But there's just not much coming out the rest of the year. There was a lot that came out earlier in the year that I have on my list that I still want to buy, but haven't yet. But there's not much that I'm super interested in coming out the rest of the year when it comes to that.
Okay, so let me talk about my list quick. Let me see. So Stardew Valley just came out, which I really want to play, but I'm waiting for co-op, so I'm gonna hold off on that.
What are you doing?
I played it on PC, so they need to add co-op for me to play more.
It's fine. It's fine, I guess. I mean, just play it because
I'm looking forward to Shadow of War. I hear it's basically more of the previous game, and some people are saying the microtransactions are bad. Some say it's fine. Well, I'll probably play it regardless. Just check it out.
I bet it's fine.
South Park, I'm not in a hurry to play, but I probably will play. But
oh man,
God, some of the scenes from the last game, I'm scarred.
I love South Park so much, dude. I said this before. I don't know. Probably didn't say it on this show because video game show. But when South Park came back for this season, I was like, oh man, it's back! I'm so excited. I didn't even realize it was like back, and then I saw it and I was like, yes, the first episode's on, and I started watching it. Within 60 seconds, I was laughing harder than I had in months. I was like, this is so good. And as soon as the theme music came on too, I was like, yeah, South Park, let's go. I love South Park, and the new season so far has been really good, and I'm very excited for the game. I need to pre-order it.
I just remember I was spending like a very long time trying to remember what movie you had not seen. Like, I know you haven't seen Space Jam. South Park, you haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, I haven't, which is weird because I love that show so much. But I didn't find out that there even was a movie until I finished watching like 18 seasons.
We're definitely gonna start like a movie night or something and teach you.
Hey man, I'm going to the movies every Sunday. Seeing new movies every Sunday, bro.
You need to see the classics.
I'm on the track. One step at a time. No, baby steps.
I might play Destiny 2 on PC, but I'm not even playing on PS4. I probably won't play on PC. I doubt it.
I will. Hit me up.
Assassin's Creed
Do
Origins.
it, Darrian. You better. She's not going to.
I doubt she will. If somebody buys it for her, she will. But otherwise,
do it,
chat. Assassin's Creed Origin, if it gets really good reviews. Super Mario Odyssey, I'll play. I'm honestly not as excited as everybody else is. But I'll
you have all this disposable income, and you're not as excited as I am. I have 0 disposable income, and I'm excited about everything that I can't play.
I mean,
this is like 3 different places. Like, Bryce is like, can't be entertained. Teddy's like, I need everything, but I can't afford it. And I'm just like, I can't afford to look at it. I can't afford to look at the nice things.
Yeah, because then you want the nice things. And then
Darrian just like, I play League of Legends.
You're pretty much League of Legends. It's free to play. You have more self-control.
Yeah. Teddy's like, I can't afford that, and then like Teddy's like, oh, I just played Divinity.
I can't afford this. I just bought this thing. I can't afford it, but I got it.
We're talking about how I can't afford it. I may have gotten popcorn at the movie theater today when I didn't want to because I was gonna save money. But then I was like, I'm getting a water bottle. Might as well throw in popcorn. And then I was like, so it's not good. Maybe
you tried.
It's not good.
You
next time I'm not going to. Hopefully.
The story of Wolfenstein looks so cool, but after watching the trailer, I tried playing the last Wolfenstein, and that gave me motion sickness. So I don't. Maybe if I got it on PC, where I could get a better draw distance.
I played Wolfenstein for the first time in the summer, and I played through all of it, and I beat it, and it was awesome. It got me very excited for it, too.
I mean, I hear it's a really great game. It's just I can be prone to motion sickness with like first-person shooters that are very like closed in.
Yeah. Low FOV, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe if I got it on PC, it might be fine.
Probably would be, because you could probably turn off motion blur and raise the FOV.
I have not cared about a Call of Duty for a very long time, so no, that's not. Is the new Need for Speed game supposed to be good? Need for Speed Payback?
Yeah, think so. I know 2 racing games at IGN. They're talking about it, I think, on GameScoop or Unlocked.
Can they just remake Need for Speed Underground 2? Or Need for Speed 2 Underground or whatever?
You pronounced Burnout wrong. The game you're looking for is Burnout.
I think
Need for Speed Underground 2.
Are looking for is called
they need to remake that one.
God,
they don't even need to remake it. They just need to update it with like slightly better graphics. Put it on PS4.
Dude,
I will buy that and play the shit out of it.
It's so good. It's so good.
I never played that one.
Don't fight me about
a lot
this,
of
Bryce.
Need for Speed
I love
Underground
Mod Nation
2.
Races. They're never gonna make another one, but I love it so much.
I will play the story of Star Wars Battlefront 2. Like I said, I didn't love the multiplayer. Maybe while I'm with it, I'll definitely check out the other maps. So maybe there's more. I will be checking out Fallout 4 VR because I have the Vive. Anything that comes out on VR, I definitely like. Ooh, what's this about? So having a full game, if people are like, yeah, the VR works, and they're basically rebuilding the game because you have to rebuy it. It's not like a mod for Fallout. It's a whole new $60 experience. I will definitely mess around with that. That could be super cool. Like going through the Fallout universe in VR could be really cool. Speaking of indie games, Hello Neighbor is going to be coming out here at the end of December, and I saw the trailer for that. That looks really cool. So, Teddy, you haven't heard of Hello Neighbor, have you?
No, I have not.
So basically, you sneak into your neighbor's house, and he's kind of crazy and stuff, and you have to like hide from him and uncover the secrets of his house, and like it's a bunch of like puzzles and stuff you have to solve, and it's definitely something. Check out the trailer when you're done listening to the podcast, or if you're on the podcast when you're done recording it, and check it out. It actually looks super cool. But that's about it. I mean, that's like 4 games. So I mean, that's still a lot of gameplay, and then I'll definitely be playing more Destiny and messing around with whatever indie games catch my eye.
Your amount of maybes makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a game that's really got me excited in a while. So
that's sad.
But
at the same time, I get excited about too much. It's yeah. I should probably.
Bryce is just holding out for that Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah, that comes out is gonna be like, nope, I'm over here now.
Yep, same. That's all I want. That's the only game I'm excited for, and since it still doesn't have an official release date, I don't give a fuck about anything.
Remember, like 2 years ago, when the voice of Goofy said it was coming out that year?
Goofy?
Oh, I mean, he probably got confused and thought it was like the prequel or the.
I remember in 2014 when they released some of like the gameplay stuff at that E3, but they also announced the Final Fantasy VII remake. I was working at a bank at that time, and I had time in between phone calls, so I could like sit and watch videos, and I was bawling at my desk because I was like, look at how beautiful this game is gonna be. Look at how exciting it is to be a part of 2014. They're gonna remake Final Fantasy VII. Like, my life is complete.
Did you play?
I hope you realized how far away that game was.
Actually, it was 2015. But yeah, there's not an official release date for either one of them. So I'm just
I don't know, man. As soon as both of those were announced, especially the 7, especially Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm like, that is years away. I'm like, that's at least 3 to 4 years away, man. There's no way.
Sucks, though, because what if they release another new console? Because, like, that's why Kingdom Hearts 3, they waited to release that, because, like, PS4 was coming out, and they're like, well,
stuff like that. They work with Sony and stuff with dates, so it wouldn't they wouldn't F them over too bad with that kind of stuff.
If anything, it would be released on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5.
Yeah, well, if anything, it'd be like both.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into questions.
Then bounce, because I want to play Star Wars Battlefront 2 before the beta ends.
Let's take as long as possible to answer
God.
questions.
Teddy keeps interrupting with how he wants this to end so that we're not ending.
We are an hour and 44 minutes in. I wanted to shoot for an hour.
Teddy.
Whose fault is that?
Do you want to be part of the show? Go to readysetgamecast.com/submit. Submit a question, comment, or your pick for best Stardew Valley wife. I'm gonna cut this out.
The answer is Abigail.
No, I'm gonna redo this.
Sebastian.
Nobody talked. Do you want to be part of the show? Go to readysetgamecast.com/submit to submit a question, comment, or your pick for best Stardew Valley wife for us to read on the show. Now, questions. Grunt Cooker sent in a question. As Twitch streamers, what is the best advice you can give to people wanting to try out streaming themselves? Darrian, what do you say?
Why do you always throw it at me?
Because you talk the least. I want to give you opportunities to talk.
Gotta be quick on feet, you know?
I'm not. I can't be quick on my feet.
Teddy, what's your response?
I saw Grunt put this earlier, and I was like, I don't want to give the fucking stupid, normal answer of consistency, which is true, whatever. But no, I mean, set your goals and like what you want to get out of it, and just do it for fun. Just have fun. If streaming ever gets like, if I ever get into a point where I'm like, man, like nobody's showing up ever, you know what I mean? I just remember like started doing this for fun. I mean, it's just fun to do it. I mean, streaming is fun. That is why you should do it in the first place, and it's really the only reason why you should start doing it. Just remember back and just have a good old time, you know, hanging out, chatting with some friendos.
Darrian, do you have a response now?
Yeah. So when I first started out, I was told, yeah, consistency is important. Having a set schedule so that they know when to tune into is important. But also getting the support of the people around you helps a lot. Like, I told my family early on, like, you don't have to watch me stream. I don't want you to watch me stream. But if you have it playing in the background and you have that viewer, that'll help me grow and get other actual viewers and, like, help build an audience. So, like, having the support of the people around you is pretty important. Also, knowing the program you're working with is helpful. I started out with a program that I had no grips on, and then I updated to a different program, and now everything is so much better. So make sure you know what you're streaming with.
Do you go from XSplit to OBS?
I don't remember what I started out with first. The second one I used was OBS, and now I use OBS Studio, and I like that one a lot better.
Pretty much everyone uses OBS Studio at this point.
I was using XSplit up until recently, but I was having issues, so I switched over to OBS.
I tried using XSplit for like a week. Not even a week. I couldn't even get a broadcast live with it. I had no idea how to run it. I was just like, what is this? I'm going to OBS. Like, fuck this.
My advice would be focus on making friends, because, I mean, if you're just looking at as people as viewers, you're gonna fail because they're not gonna stick around. Like, if they're your friends, they're gonna come and support you no matter what. Like, you know, playing games with people will make them want to watch, and you know, they'll help you build a community of people who care about you and your stream and help you grow. And definitely learn about how to improve. Like, every stream, try and do one thing better. If that's fixing audio issues or improving your graphics or just learning to talk better and communicate, you know, after 10 streams, 20 streams, 100 streams, you're going to have a quality stream that people are going to want to tune into. And, like, improving is the best way to do that. Anything else you guys got?
Don't forget to read chat.
Yeah, Darrian.
That's like basic 101 right there.
I mean, I've been streaming for like 2 years, and I'm awful at reading chat. So
going off of literally what both of them said, networking, network. Don't. That is the sometimes. In my case, a lot of times, like the only way to grow. Is like a lot of times if you're stuck and like no one's ever coming into the chat, like just go make friends, find a community similar to your size, and try and make friends with people.
I mean, yeah, I was really struggling, and then I joined the Kinda Funny best friend streaming community and had all of these people that both like wanted to come check out my stream and also help support me and like you know, support my struggles, help me learn. So definitely, like, I think that should be the first thing you do, or maybe the second thing you do along with just streaming once, but go find a community of other streamers to help you grow and learn and stuff, and then that'll cover half your bases of, hey, you have friends, you have viewers, you have people who help you learn. So.
But don't just do it. I made a mistake early on. Someone told me, hey, try to join a team.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't worry about team. Just find other streamers that you get along with and you like. And I have a whole bunch of people that I love to talk about and I think are genuinely awesome, inspiring streamers. Like, get a list of that and host them and talk with them and get to know their community. And it's pretty great. Networking is really important.
Yeah. I will say though, not all teams are bad. If you can find a good team, it can totally help.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying teams are bad. I'm just saying don't go out of your way to try to find one. I spent like a month I want to join a team, and like I had a team that I was trying to join and they denied me and I was heartbroken and I was like, why?
Don't be super don't get too obsessed with it. Yeah.
Don't focus on like I gotta do this one thing. Like focus more on like your actual relationships with people, not your superficial ones, I guess.
We have another question that a person named Bryce wrote in. He says, what is the most important element of a video game for you? Story, gameplay, genre, etc.? What do you think,
Not gonna lie, I saw this and I was like, are we allowed to ask our own questions now? What is this?
I was thinking of like it could be the topic of the show, but I was like, no, it's kind of short. Let me just throw it in as a question. So yeah.
I mean, it depends. Most of the time, it's gameplay, but it depends. I would like to say it's something else, but then I think about all the games I play, and it's like, no. I mean, a lot of times I just like a game that feels good. If you know what I mean.
Darrian?
Mine's kind of a mix of gameplay and story. Like, I've played games that have really good gameplay, but I can't play for long periods of time because there's nothing catching my attention. I need gameplay and story. Like, a good story that... Like, I like games that I ugly cry to. So, like, games I can get in my emotions with the story, like that's awesome. Yeah, oh my god,
if you want a game that will destroy you emotionally, play the Beginner's Guide. It was made by
Oh god, I actually did play that.
Oh, you did? Did it like super mess with you when it got to the end?
No, but it was not a fun experience.
Yeah,
it was very emotional, I would say.
It just destroyed it. Like, I had to like stop and go find someone to talk to about this experience because it just like was like, whoa, everything I thought I knew.
Did you guys watch Mother?
Is gone. What?
Yeah, jeez.
Did you go see the movie Mother?
No.
Oh.
Teddy, you're go to the movie guy. Did you see Mother?
No, and I'm not going to next week, but I'm going to see it next week. So, last week I saw Baby Driver again. This week I saw Blade Runner 2049. Everybody, I almost said chat. I'm too used to streaming. Everybody, go see Blade Runner 2049.
If I can find someone to go with,
such a good movie. Go by yourself. Go by yourself. Also, real talk, I love going to movies by myself. This is why I started doing it. My mom wanted to see Blade Runner 2049 as well today, so she came and I saw it with her as well, and honestly, not as good as an experience. I mean, I like my mom and everything. It was cool hanging out, but going by myself, man, it's so good because you can go on your own schedule. You can just go. You can chillax. You get your own seat. It's great. I like it. But yeah, I'm gonna see it next week, but not Mother. I've heard
it's a good movie.
Mother. Really? Interesting.
It inspired me to get the book, so now I'm listening to like the original audiobook.
Yeah.
And it's very good.
I think for me, gameplay definitely takes a back seat to story because like everybody's talking about how good Golf Story is, and my first question to somebody was like, "How is the story?" And because it's supposed to have all these RPG elements, and like the tutorial is supposed to be your dad teaching you how to play golf. So it's like, oh, this seems like it's going to have a really cool story. And when they were like, oh no, like it's got a story, but it's not that deep, I got less excited. So it definitely has to have good gameplay, but I do not care about games that are only gameplay. Like, I would never play League of Legends, and even Overwatch, I'm like, meh, because I need to care about the gameplay. I need to get something story-wise out of the experience.
That's super interesting. I'm like such the opposite. I'm like, if there's a good story, then awesome. That's a great bonus. Like, I definitely don't ever need it. I mean, I played Call of Duty for like years and years, and like only Call of Duty. Like, that's just like even today, fucking everybody's golf. There's no story in everybody's golf. It's just satisfying gameplay.
Yeah,
but, if there's a good story, then I'm down.
I guess the games I play don't really have story, but like I read up on a lot of League of Legends lore because I'm interested in it. But obviously the gameplay and the story don't usually coexist. Like they do events every once in a while when something's happening to kind of like go with the lore, but it's the same game every time. Yeah.
So there's like a small exception of something that the gameplay will create a story, like the game RimWorld, where you're like building out a base and each character is kind of developed enough that like they have arms and legs and stuff, and they can have their legs injured and you have to cut off their leg, and characters will get married and stuff. So I got very invested in the story of my RimWorld colonists of like, oh, the two of my colonists got married, but this other colonist who just joined wants to have an affair, and I was like, no, you go sleep in your own bed. I hate you. I hope a bear kills you, but I kind of want you alive because like I do need somebody to grow these plants. So if the gameplay can create a story, I'm all about that. But Tetris or Call of Duty or something that is only playing the same thing over and over, I'm out. Do not care.
I'm down for it.
Okay. We just got questions submitted by Kix asking, what is everyone's top played games?
As in, like, most time spent?
I would assume.
Top played games. That sounds like most time spent in a game.
Yeah.
Destiny 1. I have like 1,200 hours. After that, it's like it goes like Destiny, World of Warcraft, and then League, in that order.
Really, League's up there.
I have like 300 hours in League or something. And then probably this is one of those where it's like it's not documented, but Black Ops 1 is probably pretty close to either League or WoW. Like I played a lot of Black Ops 1 back in the day.
Darrian, I feel like I know this, but what's your answer? Minecraft.
No, I think League has finally surpassed. But I had a lot of hours logged into Kingdom Hearts 2. I replayed that game easily 50 times. Like, that was the only game I played in high school.
Really?
That is quite surprising.
I played a lot. I finished the game with 100% a couple times on the original PS2. And then when the remakes came out, I played them again. But I think LOL just recently surpassed that one. I guess the one after that, Kingdom Hearts League, and then Final Fantasy VII.
What's
probably my top 3 most played games.
Summoner name?
So when you go on Wasted on LOL, it says I've just wasted 97 hours. So it's not accurate at all.
Okay.
I've probably spent 97 hours in the past month. So.
I honestly have no idea. I would honestly maybe Minecraft. I don't stick with games very long, so.
Yeah, I mean you're Miss Story guy, and most of the time when people play one game over and over, it's for the gameplay. So.
Yeah. You know, I definitely messed with Minecraft for a while, but it was not something that anything that I was like.
Good old Minecraft.
This is my game.
Oh, yeah. It only goes by ranked? Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, that's weird.
I've only spent 97 hours in ranked. Maybe this season. Bullshit.
Something's wrong there.
Kick sent in another question. What do you guys think about the recent announcement of RuneScape Mobile? RuneScape I did play a lot of. Maybe. That might be up there.
I didn't know that was announced, and I'm so fucking on board.
They're turning the entire game into a mobile app. It's going to be the largest phone MMO release to date. If any of you have played the game when you were younger, do you think it's going to bring back old players? No.
I'm sure I'm sure it would. At least a couple of people. There are a lot of people that played RuneScape when they were younger, and they could just be like, "Oh, yeah, this app. Oh, look at that. Cool. Let's try this out."
I do know that RuneScape seems to have a decent streaming community. I know some guys who stream it and have plenty of people who check that out. Like, it's still active with its
still
crowd.
Relatively popular, yeah.
Yeah, because what's cool about what they've done is they've updated the game, but they've left the classic version available to play. So if you want to be nostalgic, it's still there for you. Do you think RuneScape can be as good on phones as it?
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Are they just trying to make RuneScape like nothing really different? Like they're trying to make the same thing but on mobile? Because that's impressive. If so, I mean,
I think so.
I'm sure it'd work, just not. It definitely wouldn't work as intuitively, but I'm sure it'd be okay. If they are committing to that, then they must be confident enough that
it looks like it's the same version you play on your computer. With mobile optimized interfaces and cross-platform play between mobile and desktop versions. Your game, your character, anywhere. That is cool.
Okay.
That is cool that I can play on the computer, but I want to watch TV a little bit.
Now I gotta talk to my friend Eric about this, because Eric has been playing since years and years ago, and he has never stopped. He is still playing RuneScape. So I'll ask him about this, and he'll probably be like, "Yeah, it is pretty cool." So.
Okay. Darrian, you excited for this?
I didn't really play much RuneScape.
More of a Club Penguin person?
Yeah, I was super into Club Penguin.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was big into Club Penguin.
I was Neopets, but I'm older than you youngins.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Neopets, but that was another thing that my friend that had Hello Kitty, she had a ton of Neopets because her parents just let her play on the computer all the time. But when I was over there, we weren't allowed to play on the computer, and I didn't have a computer until after that era had already passed. So, but Club Penguin, oh shit. That game.
Dude, Club Penguins was the jam. I had a membership. I had my igloo decked out. I had so many puffles. Ooh, I love that game.
I love that game.
Okay.
It's very
Too bad
good.
it's ruined by a terrible mobile app, and they killed the regular game.
Okay, well
They killed their game. They had some of the best Flash games.
Oh yeah, the sled
Like that
game?
coffee bean.
Classic.
The coffee bean
the
catcher
coffee
was my
bean.
favorite.
That was a good one. The pizza one was a classic.
The pizza one.
Yeah, you had to make the pizza. It had the orders. It was like old school, easy ass overcooked.
Yeah.
Darrian, were you paying attention to the end of Club Penguin when they flipped the iceberg?
Oh.
What?
They flipped the iceberg. They programmed something in because Club Penguin was shutting down. They actually flipped the iceberg. Like, they put it in as a thing where there was a whole animation and there's a YouTube video of it.
It turned into a dance party, I think.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you can definitely find the YouTube video on.
It made me so happy. I was like, that's so great.
Yeah.
Because I remember standing on that iceberg, dancing. Just dancing my life away.
I remember hearing you get all excited of like, they flipped the iceberg.
It was so cool. Oh, man.
Wait.
What a nice little gesture. You
So
know, they knew their community.
Cute! Oh my god!
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my god!
You guys should, if you're listening to the audio, you should definitely check out the YouTube version at youtube.com/lastgeek. Because Darrian's face right now is like pure excitement.
The video of this is called "Tipping the Iceberg" in Club Penguin after 12 years, and it has 3.4 million views.
The original publisher is Pun Pun. That's important.
Yeah, that's the one. But yeah, they flipped over and they like had the dance floor.
Awesome.
Man, I have some good memories in that there.
Oh, and then you get free hats out of it. Free blue hats. Oh my god.
There was a time in Club Penguin that I used to pride myself for owning like all of the clothes. Especially, well, not all of the clothes, but like the ones from the special events. I did all of them.
It's so... Okay, so like Club Penguin is like officially over forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like Nickelodeon ruined it, didn't they?
I don't know if the app is out or anything yet. They were literally making
it was Disney.
An app. Yeah.
Oh,
Disney
they had a... That's so sad.
Yeah.
They have a Club Penguin rewritten. Rewritten.
Anyways, it's been a good show, guys. Club Penguin. Go out and play it. Too bad it's dead.
Okay. This has been episode 3 of Ready Set Gamecast. If you like the podcast, go to ReadySetGamecast.com for links to the podcast on all of your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, as well as the video version on YouTube. YouTube.com/LastGeek. If you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful. Where can people find you, Darrian?
On Club Penguin Rewritten.
Club Penguin? You cannot say the word rewritten.
I can't. I don't know why. Club Penguin Rewritten. Password. That's a thing. I'm making an account right now.
Dude,
I'm making a penguin. I am joining Club Penguin.
I went to check and see Club Penguin Island. I went to check Club Penguin Island, which is the app that they replaced it with. And the reviews are almost entirely negative. Look at the bar.
Abysmal.
Look at the bar. Look at the green one. That's the positive, and then the negative.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I'm gonna, I'll open it for 2 seconds.
Club Penguin.
So where can they find you not on Club Penguin?
Actually, you can actually find me at twitch.tv/dexterity, and Twitter at the same place, and Instagram, or same name, spelt DEXTERIDEE.
Teddy Chinaris. Where can they find you?
You can find me at, who would have ever guessed, twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris. And then you can also find me on twitter.com/Teddy Chinaris. On Twitch, I stream Mondays through Thursdays, 7 to 11 p.m. Central Time, and Fridays and Saturdays, 10 to 12. We're going to be doing the Prestige Raid this Tuesday, which is when the podcast comes out, so check it out. Come on over. We're going to be doing the Prestige Raid. Hopefully we'll get it. And then the rest of the week, I want to get my 2 other raids done, then maybe play some more Cuphead. So, would love to see you over there.
Cool. I am Last Geek on Twitter and Last Geek Plays on Twitch. Thank you, everybody, for joining me, and for the listener for listening. See you all in 2 weeks.
Peace.
Bye.